Today I am going to discuss about sign convention of Euclidean plane. Now, to explain this chapter, we have to first draw here. Let x o x dash and y o y dash are two coordinate axes which divides the Euclidean plane. Means all the portions are mentioned here, Euclidean plane. Now these x o x dash and y o y dash, the two coordinates, divide this plane into four regions, which are called quadrants. This is the one quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and four quadrants like this. If so, now you see here, suppose here, now you see here, x o y, y o x dash, then x dash o y dash, and x o y dash are known as the first quadrant. It is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Now OX here now in that case you see OX is taken as positive. This OX is taken as positive. This one is positive, whereas this one is what? Negative, and that one is positive and that one is negative. So OX is taken as positive and X dash O is what? Negative, and OY is taken as negative and OY dash is what? It is positive and OY dash is what? Negative. Now another fact is that each quadrant, there are four types of quadrant: 1, 2, 3, 4. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Here each quadrant has one abscissa and one ordinate. Each quadrant has one abscissa and what? One ordinate. And for examples, this quadrant has what? One abscissa and one ordinate. This quadrant has also one abscissa, one ordinate. Here is also like this. Here is also like this. As for examples, if the coordinate of a plane P is 5, 3, here, then 5 is abscissa and 3 is ordinate. No, first one is called abscissa, other one is called, next one is called what? Ordinate. So, sign convention. So, the sign convention of the quadrants are characterized by the following. So, sign convention of the quadrant are characterized by the following. Are characterized by the following sign of and sign of obscissa quadrant or ordinate. Now we say the sign convention. The sign convention of the quadrant are characterized by the following sign of the abscissa and ordinates. Now here it is the system how we get the following characterized. You see here, number 1, first quadrant. For the first quadrant is what? That one. For the first quadrant is what? That one. Here we can write like this: abscissa is positive. Abscissa is positive, whereas ordinates negative. Here there are two coordinates. The formation of the coordinates are, there is one is abscissa and other is what? Ordinate. First one is abscissa and other is what? Ordinate. So for the first quadrant, abscissa plus. This means there is plus sign and ordinate minus sign. For the first quadrant and second quadrant, abscissa is what? Second quadrant, that one. Abscissa is minus, negative, and ordinate is positive. Ordinate is what? Positive. That is, in that case, abscissa means That one, first one indicate x-axis and the next one indicate what? Y-axis. On the ordinates, that means the coordinates whose represent the x-axis is the opposite and the y-axis of ordinates. Now that one, second quadrant, opposite is negative. That side, it is the negative, and it is the opposite and ordinate is what? Positive. Ordinate is what? Positive. And third quadrant, opposite is that one. It is the minus. Third quadrant opposite is what? Minus means negative. Whereas ordinate is here also negative sign. Because you see in that third quadrant, the x-axis that indicate the what? Left side, it is negative. And y also below the axis, it is also negative. So opposite is what? Negative. Opposite is negative, as well as the ordinate is also negative. Fourth quadrant, opposition is, fourth quadrant is that one x is plus and that one y minus. So opposition is what? Positive, and ordinate is negative sign. Ordinate is what? Negative sign. So here first one positive and what? Negative. So that means each quadrant have one opposite and one ordinate, one opposite, one ordinate, one opposite, ordinate. And according to the figure, that is the first quadrant, x related to a positive sign, and y is also here positive. Y also what? Positive. First quadrant, all are positive. First quadrant what? All are positive. Opposite, that is positive. That is also positive and that is also positive. And second, it is negative. That is positive. And third quadrant, negative and negative. And fourth quadrant what? Positive and negative. Now, this can be explained as, that means in the another system, this can be explained. This can be explained with the help of the another system. This one is now you see first one is what? X. Suppose that is what? X, Y. Suppose that is X, opposite is X, and ordinate is Y. In every case, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. What may be the sign of there? That means what may be the sign of these two coordinates? Now here in the next pattern, by which I am going to discuss with that. First quadrant, x greater than 0 as well as y greater than 0. Here plus means it is more than 0, that is greater than 0. There is suppose one line, it is the original, then in that side plus 1, 2, 3 like this, there is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 like this. So 0 means what? Their value plus means what? It must be greater than, in that side, greater than what? 0. So here x greater than 0 and y greater than 0 for the what? First quadrant. For the first quadrant, and for the second quadrant, you see here, x minus 1 means what? X less than 0, x less than 0, whereas y greater than 0, y greater than 0, x less than 0, whereas y greater than 0. And quadrant 3, third quadrant, x less than 0. Third quadrant, x less than 0. But y also less than 0. Y also less than 0. Y also less than 0. Fourth quadrant, x greater than 0 but y less than 0. X greater than 0 but y less than 0. It means for the minus sign less and for the plus sign greater. For the minus sign less and for the plus sign what? Greater. That means on comparing x greater than 0 plus sign, again plus y greater than 0. X less than 0 as there is minus, and y greater than 0, again that one x less than 0, whereas y also less than 0, but here it shows x greater than 0 but y less than 0. That is the rule of the sign, that is sign convention of Euclidean plane or quadrant. Sign convention of Euclidean plane or the quadrant. Suppose I am or anyone going to discuss in that board, and then this board is to be used like an Euclidean plane. And when we draw this axis, then this axis divides the whole plane into the four quadrants, the fourth region, which is known as the quadrants. Now, these are the first, second, third, and fourth quadrant. Now, some important points regarding coordinate. Some important points regarding coordinate. Regarding coordinate, this one, number one, important points regarding the coordinates. That means these points we get, already we have discussed, and from this discussion we have the following points. Suppose number 1 point A, it is the point A. Coordinate of origin coordinate of origin. Coordinate of origin is 0, 0. Coordinate of origin, suppose that is origin, is coordinate what? 0, 0. Number B. Number B, coordinate on x-axis. Coordinate on x-axis is x-axis means x remains same but y 0. X-axis, suppose it is the x-axis, it is the y-axis. Any point on the x-axis, that means x remains but y is absent. See, coordinates on y-axis. Here you see one point. Axis is singular, but axis is plural. Y-axis is the coordinate on y-axis. Means y is present, axis is absent. Y is coordinate on y-axis, not on y-axis. Next number D. Next number D. The abscissa of every point the abscissa of every point situated right side of the y-axis. Situated right side of the y-axis is positive. The abscissa of every point, the abscissa of every point situated right side of the y-axis. Suppose the right side of the y-axis means that side, and that side, and also that side. Only the abscissa is because this side is the right, here is abscissa plus, here is abscissa plus. So the abscissa of every point situated right side of the y-axis is positive. Y-axis is what? Positive. Number E. The abscissa of number E. The abscissa of that means the abscissa of every point situated on the left side of the y-axis is negative. It is the negative left side of the y-axis. It is the negative sign. Here is also negative. Here is also negative. So we can call the opposition of every point situated at left side of the y-axis is negative. F. The ordinate of every point situated the ordinate of every point situated above the x-axis is positive. That is, these are the above. It is the above of x-axis, and that is the below of the x-axis. It is the x-axis above the x-axis, and the lower portion below the x-axis. So above the x-axis ordinate. This is ordinate and this is the ordinate. It is the plus. In short, the ordinate of every point below the x-axis is negative. It is the ordinate and it is ordinate. These are the negative. Thus, we can understand the sign of the coordinate, that means sign convention of Euclidean plane or the quadrants. Thank you.